We have now been told the names of the 3 children who have been so brutally and horrifically killed. 6-year-old Bebe King, 7-year-old Elsie Dot Stancombe and 9-year-old Alice Dasilva Aguiar have died. There are more children in a critical condition in hospital. 2 adults are also in critical conditions this hour as well. The suspect is still being questioned by police who have released a few details about him. 17 years old, originally from Cardiff, moved to Southport about 9 years or so ago. But social media has had other ideas in the last 24 hours. Doing the rounds last night was a made-up name and a claim that this 17-year-old was a recent asylum seeker. And certainly judging by my Twitter feed in the last 24 hours, many people have fallen for it. So where did this misinformation come from? And how did it run so rampantly across social media? I asked disinformation analyst Stephanie Lamy where this misinformation had come from.
That information was fabricated by a known anti-lockdown activist. She has already been the source of many disinformation campaigns. I'm not going to name her because that would only give her the attention that she craves. But her line and conspiracy theory was then amplified by various far-right accounts. And the data that was created by this amplification phase was then used by a spoof news website, a fake news website, to create an article. So basically it imported the fake name and the conspiracy theory around that name into the text. That website was then cited as a real website, news website, by far-right politicians who know what they're doing, but it whips up support for their talking points. And that's basically how the whole thing snowballed.
So the person who originally tweeted, I think this is an asylum seeker or whatever, is a real person.
Yes, she is a real person.
But that, because she has quite a big following on Twitter, that piece of apparent information was then co-opted into an article by a fake news website called Channel 3 Now News,
Yes.
which doesn't seem to exist anywhere else than on Twitter. And that was passed off as a news article.
It's passed off as a news article. So you need to understand that these fake news websites have been around for quite a while now.
Yes.
They were fairly active during the first Trump election. Now, these fake news sites, they're revenue makers from ads. So you click through to them, and the people who own these websites make money off you clicking onto their website. That's basically their role. And you'll see also that the Twitter account is a blue tick account. Yep. So any interaction with these blue tick accounts is also monetized.
Do we know who's behind that apparent spoof news channel? Do we know who's doing that?
No, I checked into it and it's registered anonymously. But that's beside the point, because whether it's them or another group, we need to understand that who fabricated the disinformation in the first place is a person, and she's already known for having fabricated other stories. And then this disinformation is used to create revenue for people without scruples. And then it is used by politicians without scruples. So basically, it's this tactic is called outrage mining.
Outrage mining, right?
Yes. So basically, there'll be a crowd that want to have their biases confirmed, that are fed disinformation that riles them up, and they will amplify that disinformation because they are riled up.
What you can't do is stop the market square, in this case the market square online, from rampantly speculating. That's going to be impossible to do. Yes. I guess the new bit is, or the bit that's really, really surprised me, is the ease with which people have apparently assumed this thing that says it's a news site is a news site. Mm-hmm. It's just bizarre to me that people don't understand the nature of provenance and sources, and, it's unbelievable.
And I understand how terrifying it must be for a professional journalist. So what's been happening over the past 10 years is that to some people, facts don't matter. They just need their confirmation bias to be confirmed. And you know this. We are in an attention economy. So if something grabs your attention, you'll and it will bring forth very strong emotions, especially negative emotions. You'll want to share that. So this outrage mining tactic, we've seen it happen the world over. I mean, it's not just in the UK. In France, we had a couple of incidents where the far right did exactly the same thing with no regard towards the victims or their condition or their families, and just used their bodies basically to create these disinformation campaigns, and other people use their bodies to make money. So yeah, I think it speaks to how people want their biases confirmed. Yeah.
Now, we don't know the name of the suspect. The police in Merseyside have told the Liverpool Echo that it is not the name that has been circulating widely on social media. And we also know that this person was originally from Cardiff, so is not an asylum seeker by definition.
Yes, I think the point is that the police has information. There's an inquiry that's going on. People need to respect the police as well and the inquiry. And we need to understand that sometimes we don't know. And it's okay to not know. And it's okay to wait for further information from trusted sources. And here the trusted sources are the authorities. And you need to wait for information that trickles out, because the inquiry, they need to be sure that the facts are right before serving them to the general public, and that's very responsible. Now, if I were to criticize just one thing in the way that the police has been communicating around the event, is that the disinformation campaign was already ongoing at 6 p.m. when there was the first press conference.
Yes.
And they could have mentioned something about it then, which would have helped in reducing the reach of this disinformation campaign. But otherwise, I feel that they've been incredibly transparent and respectful, because obviously the suspect is a minor and they cannot give the same types of information that they could if the suspect were an adult. And that's normal.
Stephanie Lamy, disinformation analyst and author of Agora Toxica, Uncivil Society in the Internet Age. I get this on text. You can quite easily prevent assumptions by doing your job and providing the correct information to the public instead of hiding it. All the information that has been released by the authorities dealing with this horrific set of circumstances is out there. We have relayed it. There is nothing that is being hidden here.